Bitcoin finds itself in an unusual and difficult position at the moment. In today's video, we will be jumping into the technical analysis on BTC, taking a look at where the price action is currently and where I think it is heading next. Let's roll the intro, then get right down into it. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Bitcoin video update. Today we are just going to be taking a look at Bitcoin here paired up with USDT on the 4-hour time frame. For reference, our data source here is going to be Binance, as it is still one of the leading exchanges when it comes to spot volume. And so, as I kind of alluded to in the intro of today's video, Bitcoin has found itself in a difficult and unusual position. It finds itself with a possibility of going one of two ways. We are either going to see a breakout to the upside or a breakdown to the downside. And I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions on where I think the most probable scenario is. Let me explain the situation here. We have three moving average lines on our chart, right? We've got the white line coming through here. This is our 200 exponential moving average. This essentially is the trend filter. If you're above the 200 EMA, you should be thinking bullishly. And if you are below the 200 EMA, we should be thinking bearishly. Ultimately, that's more suited to the daily, but also translates down to the 4-hour time frame for trading purposes. We then have the yellow line coming through here. This is the 50 simple moving average. The 50 SMA here has been both a support for Bitcoin, but also most recently turned into a bit of resistance. Then, of course, we have this blue line coming through. This blue line is the 50 exponential moving average. And again, as you can see, has been great for support and most recently has turned into a bit of resistance. So let's talk about the unusual position that Bitcoin finds itself in. Well, Bitcoin has rallied up, right? It's found support on the 200 EMA nicely. It has now broken through, as we were talking about previously, when it comes to the 50 EMA and 50 SMA. However, it has not yet broken above the previous area just here at 67,840 to 68,240. We are actually finding ourselves with some resistance and quite a bit of resistance right inside this little range here, a little bit deeper, just north of $67,044. So this resistance that we're currently coming in against is actually causing a bit of a problem for Bitcoin. So although we've had the breakout of our 50 EMA, 50 SMA, we haven't got enough data to be really confident that this breakout is going to be a continued move to the upside. And because we haven't breached this high yet at 67,840 to 68,240, we actually are in a position where we could see a move down from here, coming back towards that 200 EMA. Let me show you why. Our stochastic RSIs on the 1-hour time frame are gearing up for a bit of a move, but the 4-hour time frame that we're reviewing right here is overbought, along with our 8-hour time frame as well. So we are a little bit concerned here. We might actually find ourselves with a small move down before potentially rallying up. Now, the 1-hour time frame isn't going to be enough to potentially push us up to significant heights, but I'm going to run through the two different options here and my approach to this, right? So the first thing that we need to consider is that we get a breakout of this area of this higher range, right? So if we do get a move above 68,240, we might be thinking, this is a perfect long opportunity. Stop loss maybe down here on the 50 EMAs, 50 SMAs, and some take profit a little bit higher. However, the actual target for that breakout wouldn't be that significant. We'd actually only be looking to target out around the 69,900 to about 71,800. And so our risk reward ratio would be down here at 1.23. And as I've often said, guys, if the risk reward ratio is not at least 1.5, as in you're going to earn $1.50 for every $1 of risk that you're willing to put up, then it really doesn't make sense to do so. This wouldn't be a profitable trade at least wouldn't give you good risk management with your trading account. So you want to make sure that you're on the right side of these things. Yes, every trade is going to be a gamble. It's going to be, a bit of a risk associated with it, but you do want to stack the risk reward ratio in your favor. If you're risking, $1 to make $1, it really isn't a good idea, and it's not going to help your trading account grow over a long period. So a 1.23 risk reward ratio on a breakout situation just simply isn't worth it, at least not in my opinion. Way too risky. So if we were to see this as a potential breakout, I would just let it ride and instead look for short positions from this higher range with more of a targeted range back down towards the 50 EMA, 50 SMA, and this will give you that targeted risk reward ratio above 1.75 approximately. So that would be the more of the approach there. And again, like I said, because we haven't yet breached this low range, this is no guarantee either. And the stochastic RSIs are showing us more bearish positions than bullish positions. So we might actually be looking at the data here and saying, what if we were to go short on the market from here with a tight stop loss just above this range, as in if it do get a breakout, we can just cut our losses and we target down on that 200 EMA. Well, this gives you a good risk reward ratio of about 3.02. And so a risk reward ratio of 3.02 would actually be a better play potentially here, as in you're going to be earning $3 for every $1 of risk, and your account is going to grow over time. With a nice tight stop loss like that, you're going to minimize the risks. And then of course, if I am to be trading, I'm going to be trading on BitGet. BitGet is my go-to platform when it comes to leverage-based trading. I find the platform very easy to use and easy to navigate. It is, of course, an affiliate link to BitGet in the description down below. So if you haven't yet signed up, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and check it out. If you do use that link in the description down below, you are eligible for up to $30,000 of rewards, depending on how much you deposit and trade on the platform. There are, of course, terms and conditions associated with that. Not all countries and jurisdictions are eligible. So do make sure you follow those terms and conditions on their website. Like I said, the link is down below. Okay, so that would be the approach here. I think we're going to let this one play out. We could short the market here. We could, of course, look for a move back down towards that 200 EMA. But with the 1 hour time frame still looking like it has more to go, we could potentially find better entry on that with a nice tight stop loss, increasing that risk reward ratio and making even more gains to the downside. So I wouldn't be entering on market for a short position. I'll be waiting to see what that 1 hour time frame does and then take it from there. Okay, so what is the other option? Well, the other option here is a three-wave move to the downside, losing that 200 EMA and getting a double bottom situation occur just down here. Okay, so we do know that there is some buying pressure coming in right down here at 60,775 to 61,937. So if we were to see a move down, that's going to be another area where, again, we might look to go long on the market and target out some of those higher ranges, because I do think we have moves to the upside to come here for BTC. Let's take a look at the stochastics, right? So as I said, we are overbought on our 1 hour time frame, and at the moment, our yellow line is lower than the white line, and the white line being the average of the stochastic RSI, the smoothing of the K line, and the yellow line is the stochastic RSI. This is showing us that actually, momentum is shifting down, not upwards. So on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that we're still heading down here, right? So we still have progression to the downside before we potentially turn to the upside. And we could be overbought and oversold for quite some time. So just bear those things in mind. All in all, I'm not thinking that we have an immediate upturn for BTC. If anything, it's more of a downturn for now. The hourly divergence indicator has nothing to be concerned with. Nor on the 4 hour time frame either. We can see here that the yellow line, the RSI, has risen up quite a bit, still has momentum to the upside on a grander scale. But for now, Bitcoin, I would say, is still looking likely to see a bit of a downturn before we have a bit of a move to the upside. So for BTC, I think it's all to kind of play for. We still find ourselves stuck in this little range. We're waiting to basically get a breakout or a breakdown. And once we kind of get confirmation of either of those, and it doesn't really matter which, we can basically trade on the market knowing the next most probable move. So for BTC, and to kind of summarize things off, I would say I'll be waiting for either completing the move to the upside and then shorting the market, or collapsing down, finding support, around the 200 EMA, then going long on the market. I think entering trades right now is way too risky. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And if you're looking for a little bit more on the crypto space, why don't you check out this video right here?